Did you bet that things would slow down as summer rolls in? Then we're sorry about your losses, cause June 2025 was yet another month full of hot sim racing news. Let's take a look at them. I'm Renee, and this is the latest edition of Sim Racers Monthly here on OverTake. Late May saw the release of F1 25, the latest Formula 1 game by EA Sports and Codemasters. And maybe the last. The license is up for renewal, as was reported already in September last year. Just a few days after this year's release, it emerged that EA and F1 had agreed to extend the license, as Insider Gaming reported. Only for EA to backpedal on this hours later, stating that through no fault of the website, in this case Insider Gaming, the information was incorrect. We have no information regarding the 2-year option at this time. Originally scheduled for May, the Big Le Mans Ultimate update alongside the rest of the 2024 content launched on June 9th, adding much requested features like custom liveries and online driver swaps to the official WEC sim, though the latter is restricted to online special events for now. Content-wise, the Lamborghini Huracan LMGT3 Evo 2 and the Lexus RCF LMGT3 joined the car lineup, with the Losail International Circuit in Qatar completing the 2024 calendar. That was far from everything for LMU, however. The 24 Hours of Le Mans served as the perfect stage for a number of other announcements, most notably that the sim would leave early access on July 22nd. With a corresponding update, 2025 season content will arrive entirely for free. And yes, that includes the Aston Martin Valkyrie LMH and its glorious V12 noise. Marcus actually got to drive the car at Le Mans already and brought his camera to give us a first taste of the car. Check it out in this video here. Future content will also include ELMS cars and tracks, meaning LMU will stray from its WEC only path for the first time to include another ACO sanctioned series. Meanwhile, console versions were also discussed in a live Q&A we hosted with Motorsport Games CEO Stephen Hood, and the team at MSG and Studio 397 are positive about it. We are ready for the console release, we just aren't there with the logistics quite yet, as Hood told Michael and Yannick. And while we're on the subject of Le Mans Ultimate, we have just started our weekly LMU Masters Series in our racing club. 6 rounds of multi-class action that are free for anyone to enter or wait. But grid slots are limited, so be sure to sign up quickly on our website. Our first race at Bahrain saw a stacked grid already. Next up is Portimao on July 7th. While we are always doing our best to bring you thorough hardware reviews that take as many details as possible into account, we also want to give our community the chance to have their voices heard. If you are a premium member on our website, you can apply to become part of the community review program via our forum. If you get picked, you will be sent a review unit of the hardware or software in question, and after you're done creating your own review with it for us to highlight, you get to keep the gear. How cool is that? There's no doubt that touring cars are one of RaceRoom's biggest strengths, and KW Studios doubled down on this. After introducing its first batch of super touring cars in late 2024, 2 more recently found their way to the sim in June. Players now get to enjoy the Opel Vectra and Alfa Romeo 156, as well as the nearly forgotten Alemann Ring Street Circuit in Singen, Germany. On the GT3 front, the Evo 2 version of the Lamborghini Huracan made its debut as well. More super tours could be coming depending on the popularity of latest editions, as head of KW Studios JF Chardon told Overtake. And for those who are into modern race cars, the LMD H-Class looks like it will be part of the sim very soon, with the BMW M Hybrid V8 having been teased in June. This follows teasers of the Lamborghini SC63 from February. Back in May, SimoCube launched its pre-owned program for refurbished hardware to give sim racers a chance to obtain high-end gear at a lower price. On June 16th, Fanatec announced its own version of such program, offering second-hand equipment that has been inspected, tested, and refurbished, and that comes with a 2-year warranty. For now, the program is only available in the EU, but the announcement also mentioned a US version of the program to be coming soon. Work on Assetto Corsa Evo continues. The early access sim by Kunos will see the addition of the BMW M4 GT3 Evo and the Circuit Spa-Francorchamps as part of its version 0.3 update, which will be deployed in July. It was also announced that the Dallara group would debut in the title eventually, with a screenshot of the Dallara Stradale whetting the appetite of sim racers. There was more info to be had though. A lot more in fact. For one, Kunos stated that they are not done with Assetto Corsa Competizione yet, though it isn't quite known what that could mean in future updates. Furthermore, Michael had the opportunity to sit down with Kuno's co-founder and managing director Marco Mazzaruto at the 24 Hours of Spa. Check out the interesting details he revealed in our big interview video. For Automobilista 2, recent months had been relatively quiet, but Brazilian developers RaceRoom Studios came back with an exciting announcement. Aston Martin will be joining AMS2 car lineup, which means the Valkyrie LMH will be coming to the sim, as well as the GT3 and GTE variants of the Vantage V8. An update to the Nürburgring to bring it up to 2025 spec is also in the works. To prepare for this, a small update to version 1.6.5 was deployed on June 26th, tweaking multiple physics and graphics parameters, as well as adding support for hopping onto a multiplayer server straight from your browser, a potentially very helpful tool for third-party racing platforms. Set to launch in late 2025, upcoming sim, Project Motor Racing, shared interesting details about its career mode. The Straight 4 Studios team behind the project wants to give players a different approach for this. Instead of the usual perform well, move up the ladder type of career mode, the PMR career looks like it will have a very interesting extra layer. In short, players will have to look out for their finances and factor in their team's HQ location. Traveling to a race in Europe from the US will be more expensive, but the payout might be bigger. But what if you bin it? Your season, or even your career, might be over. The goal of this is to make players drive more like real racing drivers who cannot write off as many cars as they like in every session. The sim will blaze new trails via its modding capabilities as well. For one, mods are planned to be possible from day one, and to add to that, even the console version of the sim will benefit from them. Thanks to publisher Giant Software's modding platform originally developed for their farming simulator franchise, console players will be able to download and install mods as well. Finally, on June 24th, it was announced that Project Motor Racing now has a release date. Those who are awaiting the title should mark November 25th, 2025 in their calendars. A few other titles were blessed with updates in June. Gran Turismo 7, for instance, introduced 3 new cars and updates to the in-game menus and events. BeamNG Drive got a bunch of new vehicles as well, while also introducing more physics updates and the building architect tool for map creators. And Breakfast 2 also celebrates summer by adding a number of new cars, including an RV, as well as a new game mode, and more. And the latest Forza Motorsport update introduced the current-gen Dallara IR18 IndyCar to the game, among other things. With just 2 months to go until doors open at the Schaumburg Renaissance Convention Center in Chicago, Gaming Expo has announced a number of big names to support the first event of its kind in the United States. From the sim racing perspective, the iRacing partnership for the official esports competition of the event is certainly the biggest one. The Gaming Expo Challenge Series will see its qualifiers start on July 14th. More details will be available soon, so be sure to check out our website. Meanwhile, SCS Software are also on board as a supporter. The studios behind the wildly successful Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator titles. Dovetail Games, creators of the Train Sim World Series, are also on board, as are MK Studios, who are known for the Airport Sim title and Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons. The event continues to shape up to be a highlight. June was a great month for endurance racing fans, as 3 of the biggest 24-hour races in the world were held on consecutive weekends. Remember how we mentioned Marcus tested the LMU Aston Martin Valkyrie LMH at Le Mans? The iconic French race marked the beginning, followed by the Nürburgring and finally Spa. A bunch of the OverTake team met up at the Nürburgring, and just like with the other 2 events, we were pleased to see a lot of sim racing presence. Le Mans had LMU, the Ring saw a Gran Turismo 7/Fanatec booth with a lap time challenge as well as sim rigs in multiple manufacturer spaces, and Kudo Simulazioni offered to test the upcoming build of AC Evo at Spa. It seems that our favorite hobby is not quite as niche among motorsport fans anymore, and we're certainly glad to see that. And that is your June sim racing news rundown. Quite a lot of ground to cover yet again, only goes to show that we're experiencing exciting times in sim racing right now. Thank you for tuning in, my name is Renee, and I'll see you guys next month.